Okay. Check, check. Wait, we need chat box. Axios Finish Line. Why wandering, not just walking, is good for you. Okay, wandering, huh? Instead of walking straight from point A to point B all the time, try wandering. Try wandering. Hey, what's up, Rick? Um, for NR. Let's talk off air about that. I don't want to say anything. But I got my phone right here. So message me on Instagram. I got my Instagram open right now. Let me actually send you a message. I just sent you a message on Instagram. Why it matters. Strolling and observing without a specific plan. Being a... Let's get the right pronunciation of this word, huh? Ooh. There we go.
Flaneur.
You see here.
Flaneur. Flaneur. Flaneur.
Flaneur. Flaneur. Being a flaneur, as the French call it, is good for your well-being. What they're saying, today everything we use centers around efficiency and productivity, and it can reduce us to being machines. Being a flaneur is what it means to be human. Okay, man. Yeah, man. Do you do wandering, Rick? I know you have your dogs. I know you have your dogs, so you take them out a lot. So maybe you do wander. Being curious and open has proven health benefits. Curiosity is linked to having more happiness, less anxiety, and stronger relationships. Walking outside and being in awe of nature can calm the nervous system, reduce anxiety and depression, and make you feel more connected to a greater purpose, studies suggest. Wandering is more than just walking. It's staying really open-hearted when you're out and about and listening to what's happening around you instead of relying on Google Maps and top reviews to guide you. Okay. Let go of your assumptions and biases. Remember to be open-minded. See the dignity of every person, including yourself. Welcome the hard times in your life. I could do that. Although the flaneurs of yore were 19th century Frenchmen with loads of time, Shigioka says you don't need to be a rich dude to open yourself to possibility. You don't even have to be outside on a walk. Being present and curious will sometimes make us feel uncomfortable, but it can open you up to adventurous play with your kids and insightful chats with loved ones. Having curiosity-led conversations can mean calling without an agenda and asking open-ended questions like, did something surprise you about your trip? Is there something you learned about yourself recently? On a recent trip to Paris with my husband, we did what the French do by letting our senses lead us. We followed I'm done. I'm not curious about that anymore. Aluminum tower construction in Tahiti for Olympic surf event paused after barge damages coral. Oh boy. Can't damage the coral. The International Surf Association says it welcomes the pause of an aluminum tower's construction ahead of the Paris 2024 Olympic surfing competition in Tahiti, French Polynesia, as surfers voice their concern about the environmental impact of preparations for next year's event. Tehupo'o, Tahiti, some almost 10,000 miles away from Paris, is regarded as one of the world's best surf spots and is home to World Surf League tour competitions, where a wooden structure is usually erected for competitions and later removed. However, Olympic organizers' plans to build the aluminum tower to host 40 people to judge and televise the competition have been met with opposition from locals and pro surfers. Listen to this. In November, Olympic organizers said they had adjusted the tower's original design to make it more moderate. Originally meant to weigh 14 tons, the tower will now be 9 tons, though foundations still need to be drilled. A petition by residents and visitors of Teahupo'o calling for the government to rethink the tower, as well as the drilling of the platform and the underwater pipelines for the surfing competition, has received over 181,000 signatures. However, controversy over the structure continues to bubble. Video posted Saturday by Save Teahupo'o Reef showed a barge being used to build the tower, stuck on the reef, as well as evidence of broken coral. They were saddened and surprised to see that a test undertaken by the French government, French Polynesian government, resulted in the coral reef being damaged. The ISA welcomes this decision. I trust. I'm sorry. I'm really not feeling it. Not feeling it. Um, I'm not feeling this story. I'm not feeling the news tonight. There are over 1,000 species of fish and 150 species of coral, and one species of human that doesn't give a fuck. I'm sorry. I'm too Roman, guys. I'm too Roman and I don't care. Matt Crossen, England cerebral palsy captain on culture and change in disability football. He suffered a stroke and switched the path of his career. Matt Crossen doesn't remember the exact moment he suffered the stroke, but his recollection of the aftermath couldn't be clearer. Stripped of the ability to walk, read, or write, there was one thing on his mind as he lay in the hospital. There was something inside me which meant I knew straight away I was going to get back to football. I just knew it. 10 years on, the former semi-professional who now captains England's cerebral palsy team still suffers from pins and needles which sweep the left side of his body. The physical impact of the incident is only one half of the story, though. Crossen's journey from highly rated youngster to the top of the para game, encompassing impairments ranging from partial sight to cerebral palsy, has also been a mental battle. From dealing with dashed dreams of becoming a professional footballer to embracing his para-athlete status, he's undergone a life-changing switch of identities. This is the story of that transformation. Let's try and fast forward. I completely lost all feeling, and it felt like my arm was right in the air, even though I had it across my chest. That's how weird it was. There was no warning signs. Doctors ran tests after the stroke, and let's see. 6 days in the hospital, he had to learn to walk, read, and write again. Remarkably, just a month and a half later, he was back in the gym preparing to play. I was doing a spin class, trying to get my legs and coordination going. I was all over the place. The goal was playing football. I know about that drive to have one goal in mind. That's the only thing that was in my mind, he said, reflecting on his stay in the hospital. I spoke to the doctor and surgeon about my head, where the clot was. Let's see. Let's fast forward. Let's see. I don't know what the deal is with me today. I didn't really get much done, and I'm not feeling it. Probably because I ate, and I got just no energy. Hey, Lundos. Jeremy Renner, wired up, ready to fly with device, helps recovery 1 year later. Whoa, what is that? Hey, Rick. Greetings to you, too. Well, he got like robot legs. Norm something. I'm trying to read what it says on his legs. Londos, you ever sell these type of things? When you were peddling your wares for Big Pharma, you ever sell any robot legs? Jeremy Renner plays Hawkeye. But the Avengers star looked more like Iron Man while traveling through New York City's JFK airport. Oh man, we missed him. That's right down the road here. It's like 20 minutes away. Thanks to a compression device he has to wear nearly 1 year after his horrific snowplow accident. Interesting. I wonder what it does. The actor wore 2 of the devices used to improve blood flow and reduce pain and swelling, strapped to his lower legs along with some warm winter threads during his Wednesday travel plans. Wow, his legs must be really torn up a year later, huh? I wonder if his... Oh, I see. The thing ran right over his bottom of his legs. Yo. Oof. As well as broken bones, he also suffered a collapsed lung and punctured liver, but defied the odds a mere 10 weeks later as he began to walk with the aid of a cane. Video footage captured the horror of the accident, with a team of medics racing to save his life before he was eventually airlifted to the hospital in critical condition. As well as the actions of the first responders, Jeremy told Jimmy Kimmel months later that his survival was down to pure luck. See, his leg doesn't look that bad there. I don't know what this thing is down here. Looks like there's some, I don't know, whatever. Anniversary. I'm sure he's going to celebrate. Home Alone actor Ken Hudson. That machine does look compressing. Yeah. It probably has like waves of compression. You know, it goes like, it presses on the bottom and then squeezes its way up to kind of like keep the blood flow. I don't know. Home Alone actor Ken Hudson Campbell, set for cancer surgery, starts GoFundMe over sky-high costs. Whoa. You know, it's really cheap to heal cancer naturally. That's all I'm saying. Okay, who is this? Was he the brother? I'm messaging a girl on Facebook. She wants to train. Ken Hudson. Oh. What was he in Home Alone, though? What did he... Oh, he was... Really? That's what they... Of all the movies this guy was in, he had a bit part in Home Alone, and that's how they're remembering him? What other movies was he in? Groundhog Day. Okay, I remember him in Groundhog Day, I think. That's it? I feel like I've seen him in a bunch more. Previous, let's see. He was Santa Claus, guys. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Oh, man. As he played himself in Curb Your Enthusiasm. Big Fat Greek. Oh, that was in the movie. Coyote Ugly. Oh wait, I'm thinking of. Okay, Titan AE. Ooh. Titan AE was good. Armageddon. I don't remember that one. I know what it was, but I don't remember seeing it. Let's see. Who's on Seinfeld? Okay. And Groundhog Day. Wow. Groundhog Day is a great movie. And Dinosaurs. Crazy Lou voice. Alright. It must be tough as an actor who's, you know, how do I put this nicely? He's not like leading man material. You know what I mean? He's not leading man material, so it's probably hard to get work. I'm just saying that because that's maybe why he's starting a GoFundMe. He's not a millionaire. Played Santa in Home Alone, hoping for a Christmas miracle after kickstarting a GoFundMe for help after his recent cancer diagnosis. I know what you're going to say, Londos. Yeah, they're going to save his life. Yada, yada, yada. Wow, he's got the same thing as you, mouth cancer. I wonder if he... Oh, remove a large part of his jawbone? Oh, God. Reconstructive surgery and rounds of radiation and chemo with a 6-month recovery period. Yo. I bet you he had dental work. He probably had dental work, and that's where the tumor began. Unfortunately, lost his health insurance in 2022 following the pandemic. And although he's found new insurance, substantial out-of-pocket costs are still anticipated. Hence the GoFundMe. At the time of writing, it has reached a little over 58,000 of its 100,000 goal. 100,000 for an actor, that doesn't seem like a lot, but for me it's unimaginable. The statement emphasizes the surgery could affect his future employability, adding, "We're asking for your help so that Kenny can use the time ahead to return to health and spend more time with family and friends." Well, everybody deserves to be healthy and happy, and I wish him the best. Londos, you should call him and give him some words of encouragement. I think he's got it worse than you, though. They're taking out a large piece of his jaw, bro. Imagine. I wonder where they're going to get the bone graft from. Harvey Lewis set a backyard ultramarathon record by running 450 miles for 4.5 days while barely sleeping. The human body is incredible, ain't it? He ran 450 miles for 4.5 days while barely sleeping. How do you run 450 miles for 4.5 days? That's, what, 100 miles a day, right? 4.5 times 100 is 450. Let's make sure I get this right. This is the calendar. I thought Am I blind? Calculator. 4.5 times 100. 100 miles a day. Alright. And then, hold on, we need this calculator. 100 miles a day divided by 24. 100 divided by 24 is 4 miles an hour. He's running 4 miles an hour. Okay? So, if you're running 4 miles an hour, we got 60 minutes, and you divide that by 4 miles an hour. It's a 15-minute mile. Okay, that's kind of a jog, so It's still pretty tough, huh? There came a moment somewhere on a roadside in rural Tennessee, and when I say pretty tough, this is near impossible. That's why he's the only person to ever do it. When I said pretty tough, I'm gonna say what I was referring to is the 15-minute mile. 15-minute mile is not tough, but the amount of 15-minute miles, stacked on top of each other. You gotta respect it. There came a moment in Tennessee when he felt like he could keep running forever. At this point, he'd already been on the move practically nonstop for about 4 days, looping around the same roads, trails, and tracks amongst an ever-shrinking group of runners. Oh, so that's what a backyard ultramarathon is. You run on a preset course. He was battling through feverish sleep deprivation on leaden-depleted legs, and on the front of his sweat-stained vest, he wore the splattered evidence of an earlier nosebleed. Oh my God! Imagine running so much your nose starts bleeding. That's actually the heart. In biofeedback, which is the idea that when mom and dad conceived, you had the sperm cell and the egg that were two different things. They come together and they make one thing. So you have an original cell that your whole all the trillions of cells in your body comes from one cell. So everything's connected. But that one cell splits into two, and those two split into four, and every body part is connected to every other body part. But specific organs are connected to parts of the face. You can read the hand. If you ever look up biofeedback hand, okay? Biofeedback hand chart. Okay? Oh, reflexology. Maybe biofeedback's the wrong word. Okay? Biofeedback, and then you also got let's hold on. Reflexology face chart. There you go. See? Pancreas? Nah. The heart is the eyebrows? I don't believe it. Ad hoc. I'm using ad hoc. Only what what I agree with. Heart. Yeah. No, this one is. Here you go. See, this is heart right. You can't really read it. Heart right here. And it's the nose. Anyway, you could see why his heart was freaking under severe stress. But looks can be deceiving, and deep in the corner of his stubborn mind, Lewis knew that he held the golden ticket to winning this backyard ultramarathon race. Ensure that every other competitor quits before you. As the race wore on, he began to feel unstoppable. It was like a frequency I found with my rhythm and my pace, he says, where I could just maintain that for an incredible amount of time. There was some sort of place where my brain took over, and the body finally surrendered to my mind. This was at Big's Backyard Ultra in October. Let's take a look at this course. I think I saw a movie on this. It looks familiar, but maybe not. Stories, jeers. Okay. Let me see something. Big's Backyard Ultra map. There you go. Night loop. Day loop, night loop. So the night loop is here, 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 up like this. I don't understand. understand. Oh, it goes like this. Boom, 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 boom. How long is it? 1.3 miles. Start to finish. The discipline of ultra running is broadly defined as any distance beyond the 26.2 miles of a marathon, but a backyard ultra has no predetermined length. Runners complete a 4.167 mile loop on the hour every hour until only one person is left standing. Oh, I see. I see. So you're running 4 miles an hour. And you have to complete the loop in an hour. Lewis, a high school teacher and seasoned distance runner from Cincinnati, entered uncharted territory as far as backyard ultras are concerned, completing a scarcely believable 108 loops, the equivalent of 450 miles, over 4.5 days at Biggs. His gargantuan feat of endurance and resilience eventually came to an end when his final competitor, Ihor Veris, failed to complete his 108th loop, becoming what's known in backyard ultra running as the assist. Several weeks later, Lewis is still trying to get his head around his world record. 6 laps or 25 miles, more than Australian Phil Gore's managed at a backyard ultra earlier this year. I wonder how sore he is. Could you imagine? Imagine the most sore you've ever been, and then probably add on some extra pain from the impact, you know? Sheesh. In total, he covered the equivalent of the entire length of Florida, or about the distance from his hometown, Cincinnati, to Atlanta, stopping only for a few minutes between each loop. He was midway through his final loop when it suddenly dawned on him that Veris had finally succumbed to the race's gauntlet of pain, handing Lewis the victory as long as he could haul himself to the cutoff one last time. Finishing the final person, you're on cloud 9, he said. It's like one of the biggest highs of my life. I couldn't describe it, especially when it's such a rigorous, challenging goal. There are hundreds of these staged around the world each year, but Biggs is the original and most famous. I think I did see a movie on this. The race consists of 2 different loops, one on trails during the day and another on roads during the night. The start and end of each loop is marked by an overhead structure which reads, "There's no finish." Wow. Look at that. This is good for the league, huh? What's it called? Biggs Backyard. There is no finish. Right there. Oh, a vegan. He's vegan? Harley Lewis is vegan? Harvey Lewis? Harvey Lewis is vegan? Yo, let's go. Yo, I'm leaving this up. I gotta post that. Copy image address. to save this. Desktop. And then delete. And then Harvey Lewis is vegan. Okay. Copy. Paste. Post. There we go. Boom. Work done. His training for this year's race was at times peculiar. Especially when it came to managing sleep deprivation. During his lunchtime breaks at school, he would roll out a yoga mat in a storage closet and try to fall asleep for 3 to 5 minutes as quickly as possible, simulating the short breaks he would get between loops at Biggs. Other times, he says he'd run to the park and lie down on the grass for several minutes. Come the race itself, the sleep strategy hardly went to plan. Unable to quiet his mind the night before, he only slept for 3 hours and didn't sleep at all for the first 3 days of the race. After that, he was able to switch off for 1 or 2 minutes between loops. Thankfully, he wasn't derailed by the same incredibly intense hallucinations that plagued him during a backyard ultra in Australia earlier in the year. I actually saw these grass people and the trees came alive. That's not a hallucination. That's called seeing between the veil. Beyond the veil. I would fall asleep for just a second. My sense of sound was super accented. It was like that show Stranger Things. Grass people are real and the trees are alive. That's not to say his sanity remained entirely intact at Biggs. On the 4th day, he started to talk gibberish to the other competitors. I was semi-conscious, semi-dreaming, and I would just start to say random things. I had to censor myself and not just say whatever I was thinking in my dream-like running state. He estimates he consumed more than 40,000 calories during the race, all of which was plant-based, something he says helped to settle his stomach when eating on the move. His race diet was varied and plentiful: avocado and hummus wraps, lentil soup, peanut noodles, vegan mac and cheese, vegan yogurt, cupcakes, and different fruits. Blueberries, mangoes, watermelon were all on the menu. He also never drank water on the course, instead opting for fluids with calories like coconut water, Coke, or electrolyte drinks. I was always grazing on foods, he said, enjoying my appetite and enjoying the smorgasbord. Why would you not just stick to easily digestible, like, smoothies? Like, really? You're actually trying to digest wraps and lentils and mac and cheese and cupcakes? That doesn't make sense to me. I guess I'm different because my sport is more physically demanding than running. I'm not saying I could do what he did. Maybe I could with training, but he's just doing one thing. All he's doing is running. It's a one motion. You're just doing this with your legs. Running, 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 running. There's no sideways motion. You're not lifting your arms up. You're not turning. You're not grabbing. You understand what I'm saying? There's no other person that you have to worry about that's actually trying to take you out. So I think martial arts is more physically demanding than running. And maybe that's why I can't eat and do martial arts. Impossible. I'd get hurt, I'd gas out, I wouldn't have full I wouldn't have, my full capabilities. He fell once, evidenced by the reddish marks that appeared on the side of his head. I'm pretty good at falling, he said. I've fallen a lot in my lifetime. How a runner responds to adversity can be crucial at determining how long they survive. Lewis figures that the efforts required is 70% mental and 30% physical. He developed unique ways of hardening his mind during backyard ultras. Well, you say it's mental, but the mind is part of the body. It's not separate. And so these techniques that you're developing, that's actually fitness. Just like push-ups is a technique, and just like push-ups is a technique, and you get stronger by doing push-ups, these mental exercises is a technique, and you get mentally stronger by doing these exercises. This is an exercise. It's a fitness. It's a mental fitness. I have spirit animals that I like to embody in the race. Ooh, that's cool. With Biggs, I was saying that my spirit animal was the honey badger. The honey badger can be knocked down, beaten, bitten, cut, everything happening to it, and the honey badger just keeps on going. The honey badger analogy can also be extended to his whole career. His progress is gutsy and gradual. He achieved the first qualification time for the Boston Marathon after 17 years of trying, and won an ultramarathon 13 years after competing his first time. He was chubby growing up, and he says it was an ultramarathon to get where I am today. We got a lot ahead of us, boys. You know what I'm talking about. He wants to inspire people to invest more in their personal health, even if that means getting outdoors for 20 or 30 minutes every day. Aside of his personal goals, in terms of his personal goals, he reflected on what might be possible to achieve in the backyard ultra format. If the opportunity comes again, how will I be able to go through that fifth night, he muses. How will I come out on that sixth day? And then will we get back to another night? How long can you go without sleeping? How long can you go without sleeping before you freaking die? 264 hours. Woo. Eight to 10 days. Yo, that's actually crazy. And these guys are in carefully monitored experiments. They're not running the whole time. After 72 hours, the previous symptoms become more severe. Worsened mood, higher cholesterol levels, urge to sleep. Oof. 24 hours without sleep. I've done that. I think the longest I've ever gone was over 48 hours. Not fun. Tennis star Nick Kyrgios signs deal to OnlyFans. Signed a deal that he says is a no-brainer. One of the most entertaining players, but his behavior has made him a polarizing figure. Launching an OnlyFans was a no-brainer. They're revolutionizing social media, and I wanted to be a part of that. Athletes can no longer just show up on the court. We have to show up online, too. I want to create, produce, direct, and own content. That's the future. I've been speaking to my fans directly for years, and I know what they want to see. Of course, there'll be tennis balls involved, tips, tricks, and behind the scenes, but they'll also get to see all different sides of me. Gaming, tattoos, my intimate side. It's all on the table, and I'll be bringing fans along for the ride. When he says intimate side, what does he mean? In August 2021, OnlyFans announced it would ban sexually explicit content under pressure from its banking partners, but the company reversed the decision days later, following a backlash from content creators. There's no way they're getting rid of sex on this thing. Sex workers said they helped create the company's success. and popularity, only to be left in the dust. OnlyFans said it was eventually able to secure funding to continue allowing all manner of content on its platform. Yeah, they have hardcore sex on there, everything. OnlyFans takes a 20% cut. Ooh, that's actually a lot. He's struggling with injuries, so he'll have plenty of time to keep his account updated. OnlyFans told CNN that it's paid out over $10 billion. Okay? Wrist, knee, foot injuries, yada, yada, yada. Alright, so let's see. $10 billion. We'll do a little math here. $10 billion is 80%. Okay? So, $10 billion equals 0.8 times X, which means we got to do 10 billion divided by 0.8. And this is how much total. And then so OnlyFans got 2.5 billion. OnlyFans made $2.5 billion since 2016. Okay? So let's see. Let's try this again. 2.5 billion is 2, 5, and then billion is 9 zeros. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2.5 billion divided by, would they say 2016? 2016. 2016 to 2023 is 4.7. 7 divided by 7. They're making $350 million a year. Cha-ching! Alright, last one. Vivek Ramaswamy sinks to fat-shaming Chris Christie. Meal crack in GOP debate. I don't know if I can watch
Eastern Ukraine. He actually First of all, Chris Christie also doesn't know what provinces in eastern Ukraine he actually wants us to fight for. Chris, your version of foreign policy experience was closing a bridge from New Jersey to New York. Yeah. So do everybody a favor, just walk yourself off that stage, enjoy a nice meal, and get the hell out of this race. When it comes to Nikki, I think if you're going to actually send your sons and daughters to go die in somebody else's war, you better, excuse me, Chris, I'm speaking, and I'm not done yet.
I haven't heard a time when you aren't
and we're going to be done. So listen up to this, is if these people want to send your sons and daughters to go die in Ukraine, they've been arguing for it for a year. $200 billion.
I think they're blowing this a little out of proportion. He said, enjoy a nice meal. Do you think that was a kind of a sly dig? He said the only experience on the topic was shutting down the George Washington Bridge, an infamous moment during his time as governor. That would have been politics as usual, but then he took it to fat shaming, said, just walk yourself off that stage, enjoy a nice meal, and get the hell out of this race. The crack garnered some applause, but mostly a whole lot of booing. Chris Christie's a Republican? And where's Trump in all this? Isn't he trying to become president again, or did he not announce it? We got Vivek, we got DeSantis, we got Christie, and I don't know who that is. Nikki Haley. His harsh words came after Christie jumped to fellow candidate Nikki Haley's defense. Ramaswamy accused her of not knowing where specific provinces in Ukraine were if she was given a map. Christie called her a smart, accomplished woman and blasted Ramaswamy for being, in his eyes, the most obnoxious blowhard in America. Yeah! That's what politics needs, right? More drama. Because who else cares? These selected officials. Front-runner Trump wasn't in attendance for the debate, but he grabbed plenty of headlines leading up to it. As we reported, he told Fox News Sean Hannity if elected again, he'd only be a dictator on the first day of his presidency. What does that even mean? You know who I like? I like this guy right here. And I'll end it on this note. You guys want to see... You want to see drama. You want to see a real candidate? Get this thing out of here. Here we go. Here he is talking to Sneeko.
Against the establishment. Elon Musk is the biggest fucking doofus out of the whole thing, okay?
Oh, he brought us back on Twitter. We got to give him a little bit of props. He's taking some hits. He's taking some shots. He's taking some shots for free speech.
He put the House, I'm not going to say it, the House slaves back, what, can I say that?
Oh, no, you're running for president.
So
you don't want the clip.
He put the field niggas back on the plantation, right? Is that what you're saying? That's what he's doing. He comes from fucking apartheid South Africa, Sneeko.
Yo, I'm for you. I'm for Dr. Shiva.
What?
Dr. Shiva, I'm voting for you.
That's what he's doing. So why are you so excited?
I'm voting for you.
He needs us because he needs to give the illusion that, oh, Dr. Shiva's back on. But he fucking puts me in a digital cage. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit, Elon Musk. He grew up in South African apartheid. He has not denounced Zionism. He went to fucking Palestine and sucked off Netanyahu. Fuck him. Don't fucking bow down to these people. Don't give them credit. This is where we got to break away, Sneeko.
I like that he unbanned me from Twitter. I don't want to. He's got the cars and stuff, and he
put us back on
talking about having kids. He says some good things.
Yeah, that doesn't fucking matter. They have to say enough good things, Sneeko. That's what a house slave does. He's got to say enough good things.
I know, but I'm playing politics because I want to keep my Twitter account.
I know. You know what? Here's the bottom line. We have to do what's right. We can't give people the illusion. We always have to tell the fucking truth. The truth is, where Elon Musk begins and government ends, nobody knows. They're working in a much more sophisticated way because they need to keep the masses stuck to them. Elon Musk is not our fucking hero. He's a fake martyr. He's a fake hero. So they have a whole...
I never said he was a hero, but he's done more than most CEOs.
Well, let's talk about that now. Let's get into what you're just saying. He's done what? He's done what? Now he has predictive data analytics on me, and I know people who never followed Kennedy. He diverts all my followers to them. Do you understand the level of censorship that's going on now? It's a whole different level, Sneeko. All of these social media companies, all the data is going to Palantir. They're building social media profiles on all of us, all right? Especially people like you and I, because we're on the cutting edge of change. So they must figure out who we're about, who follows us, and they build profiles on that. So we're awesome.
But Dr. Shiva, can you understand that I'm 25 and I still need to make a couple multi-million dollars before, so I can't, you're more based than me. I've heard it in this interview. I don't say a lot of stuff you're saying. I'm like, and I'm already banned off most platforms, but I'm trying to build it so maybe when I'm 40 or 50, then I could cook curry like you. I can't cook like this right now. I need to still build, I'm still trying to build,
You're funny, man.
Thanks.
Well, you seem a very, very smart guy. I think you could learn a lot of things.
I can't right now. I'm cooking microwavable pizza. You're cooking tiki masala. I need some time.
I'll teach you how to make some. All you need is an Instapot. You can cook a lot of shit in there.
See, you know how to cook. I don't even know how to use an Instapot. I don't even know what that is.
Really? Get an Instapot. You get an Instapot. I'll show you how to make lamb curry. We'll make halal lamb curry. How's that?
It's a sunnah. That's actually, if we keep the bone on it, that's what Muhammad, peace be upon him, he used to eat lamb quite a bit.
Yeah, very good. Very healthy for you. But anyway, look,
Dr. Shiva,
yeah,
you won my vote. I'm saying it. I'm writing in Dr. Shiva 2024. You won my vote.
Now help us get on the ballot. We're going to be on the ballot in every state. Getting on the ballot, you got to get on the ballot. You got to collect signatures. And so right now we are mobilizing a movement all over the country, man. First of all, Sneeko, go to Truth Freedom Health, become a warrior scholar. You're going to love this stuff. We need to build a bottoms up movement. Go to shivaforpresident.com and volunteer. And they're going to
Truth Freedom Health, huh? Man, I don't know. I might get banned off YouTube just for typing this in, huh? There it is. Get educated or be enslaved. The man who invented email now delivers the Truth Freedom Health system to make you street smart, as you may see things as they truly are, beyond left versus right and pro versus anti, and improve every aspect of your life, your body, your relationships, your business, and your world. Why Truth Freedom Health? Contribute and join. Attend open house. What is this? I'm not contributing because I don't have any money. But RSVP to join this Thursday. What Thursday? Was that today? It says this Thursday. That's today, guys. Like what? December 2nd. Free energy. Oh, I just did a 90-minute talk with Dr. Jubb. He was talking about free energy. Alright, I'm I'm going to fill this out just because I'll get on the mailing list. And that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Go to Truth Freedom Health and sign up for the mailing list. Go to masterlukey.com and scroll down to the bottom where it says contact if you have any questions. I'll be back tomorrow.